Another woman, one who had been taken as a wife by a fallen angel, stepped forward, her eyes filled with sorrow. "Listen, Enoch. When the watchers came down, they did not ask for our consent. They took us, their voices like the rushing wind, their eyes burning like the stars. They spoke of love, of power, of a future where we would reign beside them. I was young, and I believed them. I bore their child, and for that, I am cursed. The people who once called me sister now call me defiled. The land rejects me, and heaven remains silent. Tell me, Enoch, is there no redemption for the women who were claimed by the fallen?" Another woman, one who had been chosen by a watcher to bear his seed, let out a trembling breath. "Listen, Enoch, I did not seek them out. The watchers sought me. They came in the night, their presence like a storm, their will stronger than mine. I could not resist, for they were not like men. They were mighty, and they took what they wanted. And when my belly swelled with their child, I was cast out. My family turned away, my people abandoned me. And my child, my son, was called a monster before he had even spoken his first word. Tell me, Enoch, did I sin? Was it my crime to be powerless against them?" Another woman, one who had given herself willingly to a fallen angel, wept as she spoke. "Listen, Enoch, I thought I had found something divine. He was unlike any man I had ever known. He promised me eternity, secrets hidden from the children of earth. He whispered my name as though it were sacred, and I loved him. And when I bore his child, I believed I had birthed something holy. But what did I bring forth? A curse, a terror, a being neither of heaven nor of earth, unwanted by both. My love was chained in the abyss, my child was hunted, and what is left for me but sorrow? Tell me, Enoch, is there no mercy left for the women who loved the fallen?" Another woman, one who had carried a Nephilim in her womb, spoke with a voice filled with anguish. "Listen, Enoch, my son was strong, he was mighty, his father's blood burned in his veins, and his footsteps shook the earth. But did he not also laugh? Did he not also dream? Did he not also long to be loved? When the hunters came for him, when they struck him down, did heaven rejoice? Did the angels who cast his father into chains sing at his destruction? Tell me, Enoch, was he truly a monster, or was he only a child who never had a place in this world?" Another woman, one who had been deceived by a watcher, clenched her fists in grief. "Listen, Enoch, they told us we were chosen. They told us our children would be great, but they did not tell us the cost. They did not tell us that our sons and daughters would be hunted, that the world would turn against them. They did not tell us that their love would leave us broken, abandoned, forsaken. Now my beloved is bound in darkness. My children are lost, and I wander this cursed land alone. Was it always meant to end this way, Enoch? Were we doomed the moment they set their eyes upon us?" Another woman, one who had suffered for loving a fallen angel, raised her voice. "Listen, Enoch, they call us wicked. They say we are beyond redemption. But you who walks with God, tell me, does his mercy not reach even the lowest? If I could undo the past, I would. If I could cleanse my blood of this sin, I would. But my daughters, what of them? The female Nephilim, too human for heaven, too divine for earth. Where was their place? Were they to be erased alongside their brothers, forgotten as though they had never been?" Another woman, one who had seen the wrath of heaven fall upon her kin, let out a sigh of despair. "Listen, Enoch, the watchers mourn their fate. But do they mourn for us? They cry out from the abyss, but did they cry for the ruin they left behind? They called us their wives, their queens, but where are they now? When the judgment fell, they did not shield us. They did not fight for us. They left us to bear their shame alone. If they truly loved us, Enoch, why did they not warn us? Why did they not spare us this fate?" Another woman, one who had watched the Nephilim fall, bowed her head. "Listen, Enoch, I have seen the destruction. I have seen my children perish beneath the swords of men and the wrath of heaven. They were mighty, yes, but they bled like all creatures of flesh. They wept, they feared, they loved. And yet their blood stained the earth, and no one mourned them. Did their fathers weep for them? Did the angels who once stood beside God spare even a single tear for their fallen sons? Tell me, Enoch, is there no other way? Must their names be erased from the earth as though they never lived?" Another woman, weary beyond words, whispered into the night. "Listen, Enoch. We have wandered this cursed land for too long, waiting for an answer, for a sign, for something to tell us that we are not forgotten, that we are not forsaken. But now we ask you, Enoch, who walks with God, will you speak for us? Will you tell the Almighty of the cries of the mothers of the Nephilim? Or are we to vanish from the world, our sorrow lost to time, our children's names turned to dust?" The night stretched long, heavy with grief, the women's voices trembling with the weight of their pain. They stood together, bound by their sorrow, bound by their love for children who should never have been born, yet whom they could never regret. And before them, silent as the stars, stood Enoch, holding in his hands the answer that could either shatter them completely or offer them the last glimmer of hope they had left.